Hi guys, thanks for clicking onto this video. This is more of a follow-up in my experience with the Skyla IUD video. So what I have to say about that is, even though you can't really tell, you can tell a little. I was experiencing a lot of, I would say, hormonal breakouts. It was always deeper under the skin, and it was very red, and sometimes there wouldn't be pus even coming out. It would just be like a hill, a mountain here, and it would just sit there and it would go away like a week later. So it just drove me crazy, and I don't think having birth control give you hormonal breakouts is worth keeping. So that's overall the reason why I went about the steps to try to get it removed. And I think once I decided that I wanted to get it removed, I don't know if it's in my head, but I was just experiencing even more, not complications, but even more problems with having it in me. I remember even driving to Planned Parenthood, I was feeling like the sharpest cramps, cramps equivalent to when I got it inserted and when the Tylenol I took wore off. It was very sharp and really hurt deep inside me. I couldn't talk. I had to focus on my breathing, because the way my body moved with breathing, the cramp would feel sharper. I mean, it was definitely tolerable. So I had cramping when I would actually have sex. I knew that when I had the IUD, the whole time I had it, I had it for I guess 10 months, because I got it in June and now it's April. But when I would have sex, I knew that certain positions it would hit the IUD and I could feel it there, but it never really hurt. And then towards the end of the time I had it, it hurt. Oh, sorry, I'm not looking at the camera. It hurt a lot more, and it was a lot more uncomfortable. So more than one position hurt. Just not having sex hurt, but it just wasn't as enjoyable, because when you're actually in the moment, you just think about your partner and the feelings that they're giving you. But I just felt like I was distracted, because I was just oh, don't do this, it hurts, let's try to do this position, and basically just trying to find a position where I could actually enjoy it. And I mean, at the end of the day, a birth control shouldn't do that. If I had to go back on the pill, I would go back on the pill, because the IUD was just not doing it for me. So that's my opinion on that and why I wanted to get it removed. And I came back home from spring break right now, and I called Planned Parenthood, the one I go to usually, and I made an appointment to get it removed. And I thought I made a appointment with that appointment to get the implant inserted, but I guess when I showed up, the girl looked on the system or whatever, and she said I didn't make an appointment for that. So that was kind of annoying, but I had the best experience with the nurse. Usually have nurses take care of you and do all the extra stuff, and then the doctor comes in and actually does what you come in for. So the nurse I had, she was so sweet. I forgot her name already, but she was around my age, because we were pretty chill about it, and we were just talking to each other about our experience with birth control. Oh, I'm rambling, but basically I just want to say that because my boyfriend went with me this time, and last time my best friend went with me, and he's a dick. So he was just oh, this is where peasants go, and it's so ghetto and whatever. But I would just say, like, I know there's a I know I said this in the last video, but I know there's a stigma with going to Planned Parenthood, but you should just, I mean, like, definitely go to one in a better neighborhood. But the one I went to, I had a great experience. Like, I would say I had a better experience there than like the private ones I go to closer to my house. I remember I was pretty close-minded about like watching all these videos and all these girls going to Planned Parenthood, and I was like, I wouldn't go. Like, I would go somewhere better, but it's actually worth going, and they take a lot of insurance, so yeah. Okay, so IUD removal, getting the implant, I was actually lucky enough because my nurse was so sweet, and like, she saw that I really wanted it, and she said that she would talk to the doctor that was actually removing it, because it's up to them at Planned Parenthood to, if they want to do that for you, because I made an appointment for something else. But the doctor was like, she agreed, and she just wanted me to know that switching a birth control wouldn't necessarily fix my all the problems I had with it. Yeah, but it's definitely worth a try, because like, if it's in your arm and you're having sex, your arm's not, like, your arm doesn't, you know what I'm trying to say, right? Your arm isn't connected to your vagina, basically. Okay, so now I will talk about my experience with the implant insertion. So I got Nexplanon. I think I have a video. Yeah, I recorded the night, like at night, the day that I got it inserted, and I had like a green gauze, so I'm gonna insert that clip in here now. Okay, hey, first I'd like to apologize for my appearance, because it's like midnight and I just got home, but I had an appointment at 11 a.m. yeah, at Planned Parenthood that I got Nexplanon. So I actually made an appointment to get it removed. I'm charging my phone. I actually made an appointment to get it removed, and I don't think I made an appointment to get an implant inserted, but luckily the girls there were really nice, and I had a really great experience, and like literally probably the best experience I've had, like going for anything that's birth control. I think I'll talk more about it another time, because I'm pretty tired. This bandage that they put on me, it's green, and it should be right here. It's like a little whiter, if you can tell. So I should place it right here. And what should I start off with? The green bandage I'm supposed to keep on for 24 hours. So I think I'm going to share after this, and just share like this part of my body, honestly. Get the armpit. But yeah, keep the arm dry to prevent anything from happening, anything bad. And then after 24 hours I can take this off, and I think there's like little like white sticky things you put on to keep it like closed, like a closed environment. I'll show you guys that. But yeah, I just wanted to show you guys my cool bandage. So yeah, it was a really good experience. I'll talk more about it another time, and I'll definitely give another update like as time goes on. I just wanted to basically update you guys that I don't have an IUD anymore, and yeah, also talk about my removal experience. I'll talk more about that, and I think that's it. I just wanted to show you guys this cool card that I got. I'm like a fucking birth control card collector, because you know I have the Skyla one. But yeah, it's really cool. It's like flexible. So yeah, I'm out. Thanks for watching. Okay, so in that clip I looked really tired, but I just really wanted to show the gauze because if I was a viewer I would want to see that. So it's just later in the day, the same clip. So this is what it looks like. Of course it's bloody because she shoved a foreign object in my arm. But yeah, I really never thought I would get it. It's right here. Ew, there's some goop. I probably shouldn't be picking on the arm. Oh, whatever. I have no idea if that's glue or if that's my arm. But it's right here where the dot is. This is where it starts. So I'm assuming it's like here. Yeah. The actual removal process. I forgot to talk about that, so I'm gonna talk about it now. It was the same thing as her inserting it. Like I had to take off my pants, take off my underwear, cover myself, and then she came in and she put up the stirrups where you put the little ankle of your feet in. She kept telling me to scoot down, which always happens because I'm really short. So I scooted all the way down, and I feel like she was rougher this time. I had the same doctor that inserted my IUD, which I thought was pretty cool. Like she wasn't that rough. She wasn't as patient. If that makes sense. But she put the duckbill thing in. I'm too lazy to look up what it is, but it's basically a thing that looks like a Pringle, and shove it in you, and then they crank it open so they could actually see inside your vagina. But it doesn't hurt. It's just discomfort. That's it. There's no pain, at least for me, my experience. I feel like I'm tiny, so like whatever. Okay, so she put the duckbill thing in, and like I was processing her being rougher, like in my head. I was laying down like this. I was like, oh, she's being rougher, and then I was getting ready to. I was just prepping myself for the pain, cause there was a bit of pain really fast and short when she did insert it, and it popped open. But as I was prepping myself, she pulled it out. I felt it come out, but I just thought that was her touching me, like touching my cervix. But she literally yanked it out with like a scissor looking thing with like a tong at the end, and she yanked it out and she's like, it's out. I was like, oh my god, that was so fast. And my IUD was white. If that's like just to tell you guys, like it was white. I thought it was pink because all the packaging is pink. But yeah, it was white, and I was like tingling by the strings, and she just threw it out, took off her gloves, and then it was done from there. So that was my IUD removal experience. Okay, so I just want to talk about the implant insertion procedure. But then she put the stirrups down and pulled out the seat more so I could put my feet straight down. And then she made me lay down all the way. I didn't really understand that because it was my arm. Like we were working with my arm, but she wanted my whole body like laying down. And then I think they do that so you can rest your arm and like not hold it up, because for some reason I thought you hold it up. But I was laying down, I had my arm like this, and we had to talk about which arm I thought I would want it in, or which arm she thought I would want it in. So I told her I'm left-handed, I write with my left hand, but I lift heavy things with my right, and I play sports with my right, and I bowl with my right. So this hand is stronger, but this is my dominant hand because I write with this hand. So, but I did tell her that this hand is a lot weaker, like this arm is a lot weaker than this one. So at the end of the day, if this one's weaker, this one's used less. So I'm assuming they insert the implant in the arm that you use less. Yeah. So we decided to go with my left arm. I was watching her do it, but I also didn't want to watch her actually like poke my arm, because that kind of freaks me out. I asked my friend, but and she said that she actually watched it, but like I can't do it. So what she did, she had me just lay like this, and she got the iodide and she wiped it clean. She poured it in gauze, like a box of gauze, like the clothy paper, like kind of like this. And she poured the iodide in it, and then she took like several sheets of it and wiped it. And every time she wiped it, she would throw away the old one. And then she got a marker and marked that dot on my arm. And then she got this shot, like she gave me a shot of lidocaine, I think. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's lidocaine. And it's a local anesthetic, I think. So locally in this area I couldn't feel anything, and it wasn't gonna affect the rest of my body. She told me that, and it was like a white milky color. The tube was like really thick, like it looked like a bubble tea straw, like even bigger than that. And I think my friend that also got an implant, she said that the needle is really thick, but shots don't really like hurt. Like I'd rather take a shot, a needle shot, than actually feel her put that clothespin thing and push the implant in my arm. So taking the shot wasn't that bad. It's just discomfort, I think, because I've had experience with like more painful shots, because I had like I got a bed bug bite, and my body was trying to fight it off, and it wasn't going away, and I had to take like an antibiotic shot. And that stuff, from what my doctor said, like that stuff is like sodium based, and when sodium enters your bloodstream, it causes a lot of pain and burning. So with my experience with that shot, this shot didn't hurt as much. But it's only a couple seconds. If anything, it was 20 seconds of pain. My best friend really psyched me out with the pain, so from my expectations it didn't hurt as much. So that was it. She was talking to me while she was injecting it, and I was just like because I couldn't talk, because it was painful in that moment. I guess if I rated from 1 to 10, it would be like a 6. Yeah, bearable. So it was that. She didn't use the entire bottle of it. I don't know if doctors usually do that, but I noticed that. And then she did it. She gave me the shot, and then she pulled it out, and then I was like, oh, that's over. And then she told me that the lidocaine takes a couple minutes for it to be effective. So basically, if she did it right after, I would still feel it, to take a couple minutes for it to go numb. And in that time, I just heard a lot of like rustling, and when I would look back at her, she was basically like prepping, throwing things out, cleaning up her work area, and then she was getting ready to insert the implant in my arm. And it came like a little box, like everything she needed to give it to me. Like I guess from the company, they just give it to them in boxes. So she opened the box, and it came with like a purple pair of gloves. Like, you know when you dye your hair, it was like that, but it was like thicker. And like she put it on, looked so official. And I was like, wow, that's so cool, because like I'm not in the healthcare industry, so I was just like taking everything in, and I was like, oh, that's so cool. And then there was like a smaller box of like the whole instrument that actually inserts it into you, and my friend described it right pretty spot on. It's kind of like a clothespin, because it's like it's like a white thing on top, and then the needle is under. And so she got the needle, I'm assuming, because I didn't look, because I'm a pussy, but she put it, like she dug it into my arm, I would say, and then the white thing on top, there was like a little slide thing, I think, and she slid it, and it popped the implant into my arm, and then she pulled it out. And when she did that, I think I felt her touch the outside, like further away from where she shot my arm. She touched here, and I obviously felt that, and I could feel her insert it, but there was no pain. I guess that's what I could say. And all in all, I was at Planned Parenthood for 66 minutes, so an hour and 6 minutes. So everything from like coming in, signing off on like removing it, signing off on them inserting it, my consultation, my urine test. Yeah, like I left and it was an hour and 6 minutes, so it was really fast. I asked the receptionist and she said these type of appointments you expect to stay for an hour to an hour and a half. So there's that. Oh, and what to do after. I wrote it down so I wouldn't forget. So what to do after, she'll put on the little sticker stuff, or you'll get a stitch. I didn't want a stitch. I didn't get a stitch, but luckily she just put on the medical tape, I'm guessing. Someone can tell me. So she put on 3 layers of that, and then she wrapped it in the gauze. She wrapped it a little tighter to prevent swelling. That's what she told me. And she kind of wrapped my arm a little too tight, so I asked her to undo it and then do it a little looser. It was really tight, and I took it. She told me to keep on the green one, like the outside one, for a day, like 24 hours, and then the little one for 3 days. So that's what I'm doing now. I couldn't take the tightness after I woke up, so I took it off, but I kept it on for like 22 hours. So there's that, and it was really tight and uncomfortable, and I feel like I didn't have swelling, so yeah. And I guess the last note is the lidocaine wore off about like 2 or 3, 4 hours, around there. After I got inserted, I kept touching my arm because it was such a foreign feeling, because I would touch my arm, but then my arm wouldn't register it being touched, like touching someone else's arm. But yeah, so I did that a couple hours later, and I could feel my arm being touched. So there's that. Thanks for watching the video. It's probably gonna be long. I just wanted to update you guys because I guess, yeah, I just want people to know my experience. Oh yeah, comment down below if you have any questions. I'll get back to you on that, just like I did in my other video. If this is your first video, you guys can watch my other video about, I think it was like my 3-month experience. I'll do an update if you guys want. I'm not sure if you guys want an update because I do so many videos about this. But yeah, and also, oh yeah, also, I'm so bad at this. Oh, also, please subscribe. I'll be putting out more videos soon. Let me know what kind of videos you guys want, because like, I don't know what I'm doing with my channel, but I just know that I like putting videos up and I like editing them. And yeah, thanks for watching. See you guys next time.